All right, sorry for that. Couple of seconds, just sharing this link. All right, so first, before we move on, I'm typing here in my laptop, and here I'm using this setup. Let me just show you my mirror, just to show you that I'm really using a DJI Mic, a DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I'll just turn on the active track. All right. So what I'm using now is a DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and this mic, which is included in the Osmo Pocket in the Creator Combo package, is not directly connected to this camera, which normally what other streamers or testers does. But what we have is it's connected to the MacBook, right? So what I'm doing is I have the native USB-C cable here directly to the back, right? So we don't have any battery issues whatsoever. Overheating issues, I don't think we would experience that because I'm already updated to the latest version. So when it comes to that, before we go to the test cases that we have for now, let me just go through the version firmwares that I have for the whole set. Right, version firmware is 01.02.06.04. Camera firmware version is 10.00.17.15. Gimbal firmware version is 01.00.13.73. Battery handle firmware version, which I also updated, is 13.02.02.29. And then this transmitter or this DJI Mic 2, which I've also updated recently, very recently, couple of days ago, is 04.02.01.13. All right. So if you want to capture those and to check if your setup, your DJI Mic, the creator combo is up to date, I'll just copy and paste this quickly, this information to the comment section, right? Okay. All right. So now we have some test cases here. Um, Actually, before that, I'm doing this live direct to the YouTube um, website directly. I'm not using any third-party streaming services like Streamlabs or StreamYard. I'm just using it directly, using this camera as a webcam, using, as I mentioned earlier, the USB-C cable that it was included with. The only change I did is I use this mic directly, connecting it directly to the MacBook using Bluetooth. All right. So just to show you that um, this base test case that we're doing right now is working. The active track is working properly. I'm just going through the ends here of my home gym, right? I'm gonna do a pull up for you guys to show that it can still track me up there. I'm gonna squat a little bit here. See, you can still track me. I'm gonna lie down here for a little bit. You can still track me, right? Okay. And I don't really know how does this register to you guys. I mean, because I'm using this mic, this setup is totally different. I haven't seen anyone do this before, but hopefully it's better than normally is what they're doing, because when you use this mic directly to the camera, it does has some popping noises, random popping noises sometimes, as I've watched the other streamers, the testers that have did this setup. Okay, going forward to the test cases that I want to do, which is low light, totally low light, and then lights on, which is actually this first thing that we have. Um, the added thing there is I just want to add this wide lens here. Okay, how does it look like? I mean, it's distorted. It's like a fisheye, right? But it's definitely wider than normal. So I'll remove it right now. So that's the normal lens. And this is, again, the wide lens. Okay, do you see a difference? Again, lastly, for the third time, normal lens and wide lens. All right, now we're done with the normal test cases. The main light is turned on. Now we go to the first low light situation where I still have a little bit of sunlight in the windows, but I'm gonna turn off the main light, right? There. So now we're gonna see if the face tracking is still working. Test, test, test. Still working, right? We don't have any main light, our key light right now, our overhead light. I still have a light um, indirectly from this MacBook. So we just turn it off, right? So we just have a little bit of light here at our right side that's making the camera still track my face. Um, we're going to, it's almost 6 o'clock, I believe, and it's almost dark outside. So I think, but we still have a little bit of light from the windows. All right. So lastly, let's try the wide lens, right? So it's still tracking me, right? It's still tracking me fairly decently, which is great, actually. All right. Who, who? All right. Okay. So that's the setup right now. And lastly, let's turn off all of the lights here in the gym room, in the kitchen, and close off all the curtains, right? So let's close off the curtains right here. Then turn off the kitchen light. There, you lost me. All right. So subject lost. Exactly. All right. But now I'm going to turn on a small LED light that I have right now. And let's see if it can retract my face. All right, there. Active track is enabled. So I'm gonna try to move this LED light left to right and see if it can still track me. See, that's how low light and still effective the active tracking works. If I don't show it directly here to my face, I'm just gonna keep it here at the table, bouncing off some light from my white wall there at the back, and yep, can still fairly see me. This actually works great. Wow. All right. That's great. Then lastly, I don't know how Oh, actually, the wide lens is still here. Okay, let's remove the wide lens. That's the non-wide lens here, guys. There. So as long as you have one source of light, whichever it is in your setup, in your studio, it can still fairly track you. Quite great, actually. It doesn't delay. If it does, still recaptures you. Wait lang. See? All right. All right, we're turning on the lights. There's someone at the door. Wait lang, anak. I'm testing something. Wait lang. Okay, that's my daughter outside coming home from playing outside for a couple of hours. Anyway, all right, that's it. That's the that's the test case. I would say this camera used as a webcam in this setup, which the audio I can't actually monitor right now. You guys will be the only ones to who can monitor that live. It's up to you how you would decide if this camera is still does still work for you guys. But when it comes to the active tracking, low light situations, and using the wide lens camera, I would say it passed um, with flying colors, right? So that's it. Let's end this live webcam testing um, session. And if you have more questions when it comes to this camera, if you want me to test other features that it has um, directly like this in a web stream, live webcam, like putting it directly, because this is just the first way you can use this camera as webcam. The other one would be to use it with the DJI Mimo app, which is this one right here, right? That's how people who go out of their way, it's like they're holding the camera and they can walk far from the main point that they originated on, right? That's how they do that. But I don't want to test that right now because I'm not that confident with my Wi-Fi connection. So I just want to first do this test, but maybe in the next one, or maybe let's use some other web streaming platform like StreamYard or OBS or Streamlabs, whatever. But right now, I'm fairly satisfied with the performance. And if you have, again, any questions, just key it down in the comments and that's it. I'll see you on the next one. See you guys. Bye. End stream. Let's see if I know how to do this.